Hi there, and welcome to this week's edition of Top End Track Talk. I'm Andrew O'Toole, and today we'll be focusing on this coming Saturday's meeting here in Darwin, which will be the 16th of January, the second meeting in the Top End for 2021. Saturday's meeting heralds the return to racing of our Hall of Fame jockey Paul Shires, who has been on the injured list since mid-September. Paul's taken 3 rides on the day, and it will be great to have him back in action. We also have Alice Springs' Raymond Viger here in the Top End on Saturday, as well as the Victorian-based visitor Jason Grasshopper Lyon, who made such a good impression in the NT when he last rode here during 2017, 18 and 19. He has a full book on the day, and we're looking forward to welcoming him back. With the inclusion of these 3 top riders, we have a total of 9 jockeys in Darwin for Saturday's meeting, which promises to be of the highest quality. The first is the Darwin Racing Membership Maiden. It's over 1,300 metres and is timed to go at the mid-afternoon time of 3:08 p.m. In the opener, my numbers are 5, 1 and 4. Going here with the Gary Lafoe trained number 5 Pneumatic Sands to be ridden by Jared Todd. And Pneumatic Sands really took the eye with his last start effort for second behind Kickin' Goals. That was over 1,200 metres. The step up to 1,300 metres I really think will suit this horse. That was the 19th of December, so 4 weeks between runs for Pneumatic Sands, but I just think he's ready to put his foot right on the till here. 5 on top for me. To beat number 1 Deep Seeded from the Phil Cole stable, and Wayne Davis. He should be nicely rested, Wayno. He's been away at Port Douglas holidaying, so he'll be rearing to go, and he takes the mount here in the first on Deep Seeded. Only had the 1 start in Darwin, was a good run too, ran 3rd. Behind stablemate Bella Rubino, that was on the 19th of December. Steps up and trip and should be to the 4 here, number 1. And in for 3rd, number 4, Legs 11. Chris Pollard had a frustrating run of minor placings here at the last meeting on the 2nd of January. Barry Huppets takes the mount here on Legs 11. Didn't mind its last start effort here behind Marcellus. That was at the last meeting. Another horse that steps up and trip and should be suited by the distance of 1,300 metres. Numbers in the first, 5, 1 and 4. The second's the Great Northern Super Crisp Handicap, and what a great drop that Super Crisp is. This one over 1,300 as well. It's for the 0 to 58 gallopers. Numbers here 2, 4 and 1. Island Dancer has been knocking on the door with 2 second placings for trainer Tayan Holter at her last 2 starts, or his last 2 starts rather. He's a 5-year-old gelding by Hinchinbrook. Vanessa Arndt goes on. Alice Lindsay's taken the mount the last couple of starts, and Vanessa has the mount as we mentioned. Down and trip from the 1,600 metres of last time to this 1,300, but I don't think it'll worry Island Dancer. Has won previously over the trip, and another one who's getting very close to a win. 2 on top for me ahead of number 4, Kowloon Kid. Gary Clark trains, Jared Todd rides. I have trouble catching this horse, I really do, and mentioned that to Clarkie the other day, and he said the same thing. But a last start winner over the trip of 1,300 in this grade, 0 to 58. That was behind, that was beating Camogli. Camogli's come out and won again, or won since, so I think the form lines around Kowloon Kid are pretty solid. And in for 3rd, number 1, the stablemate of Kowloon Kid and Count of Essex, Adam Nichols for Clarkie. A mile will probably suit this horse better than the 1,300, but nevertheless has a win at the trip, and inevitably races pretty well between the 1,300 and the 1,600. 2, 4 and 1 in the second. The third's the Silks Darwin Handicap, also over the 1,300, so we have the 3 1,300s, then a 12, then an 11 to complete the day. This one for the 0 to 64 gallopers. I found this the toughest race of the day, really good field, and I've settled on the numbers of 6, 7 and 4, but tricky race, beware. 6 on top for me, Whitemore. Dick Leach trains, Grasshopper Lyon takes the mount here. Jason, good to see him here. He was had a very, very good career. He's ridden nearly 700 winners. He's had a few injury worries in recent times, but great to see him riding in the Top End on Saturday. Whitemore was a last start winner. That was here on the 19th of December, you'll recall, with Dan Morgan in the saddle. Beat Island Dancer on that occasion. Island Dancer's run second again since. The form line's pretty solid, and this horse, the winner of 3 of his 31 starts, gets an ideal chance to make it 4 from 32 on Saturday. Ahead of number 7, Exact Replica, Phil Cole and Alice Lindsay, the combo. This horse has done a great job since coming to the Top End. Has never been out of the first 3 in about 5 runs. Last start 3rd here behind Dizzy Miss Lizzie in the previous start. Actually beat that horse, and I think Dizzy Miss Lizzie, a horse with a future. So that's pretty good form lines around Exact Replica. And in for 3rd, number 4, Yulong Awesome. Really good run when fourth last time out. That was the 19th of December, over 1,200 metres. Been 4 weeks between runs, but that run was in higher grade than this behind Divine Red. So dropping in grade, going up in distance. It'd be nice if it was 1,600 metres, but I still think can run a very solid race over the 1,300. Paul Shires for Gary Lafoe. Numbers 6, 7 and 4 in the third. The fourth's the Darwin Racing Handicap. It's our top rated race of the day. It's a 0 to 70 and it's over the 1,200 metres, and another really good race on the program. Numbers here 7, 4 and 1. Looking forward to seeing Autocratic on the track yet again. Of course, the Guineas winner from the middle of last year. Had just a one start back this prep. That was on the 12th of December. Finished a very good second, I thought, behind the stablemate Divine Red. Going up in trip, that was 11, up to the 1,200 metres. Won't worry this horse. Of course, won the Guineas last year, as we mentioned. That was over 1,300. And I think Autocratic's first up run was full of merit, and I think he's very hard to beat. 7 on top. To beat number 4, the stablemate Captain Apollo. Never goes a bad race. Finished second last time out behind Mr. Boom Jangles, who's a rival again. Was taken on the whole way and only just went down the last bit. So I think with even luck and probably a bit of a softer run on transit will be very hard to beat. And in for third, Mr. Boom Jangles, number 1. He's won his last 2 for Gary Lafoe. Vanessa Arnott aboard again, and racing consistently must be included. Numbers in the fourth, 7, 4 and 1. And our last on a really good 5-race card here Saturday's the Darwin Corporate Park Trobus Handicap. It's 1,100 metres for the benchmark 54 gallopers. Numbers here 4, 1 and 9. Faith and Love for me, Alice Lindsay for Phil Cole, number 4. Last 2 runs in Darwin, or only 2 runs in Darwin rather, a second and a third. The second was behind Manly Cove. Well, Manly Cove's won 3 straight here from 3, and last time out third to Defence Attorney, who's won his last 2. Pretty good form lines around Faith and Love in what's a tricky affair. I've got him on top. To beat number 1, Eo Kaleo, another very consistent galloper. This one trained by Pat Johnson, of course. Adam Nichols in the saddle. Good to see Chippy riding a winner or 2 recently. It was a winner 2 starts back, beating Familiar, and then third last time out to Manly Cove. That's good form. And in for third, Toorak Road, number 5. Chris Pollard trains, and Barry Huppett's aboard. He's second up. His first up run on the 2nd of January was really good. A third to Hustlin' Humph, and there should be the required improvement there. 4, 1 and 5 in the last. Best bet on what's a really good day's racing, as I've mentioned, comes up in the first. Race 1, number 5, Pneumatic Sands. Let's get the punters off on the right foot here. Race 1, number 5, Pneumatic Sands. Well, the best roughie, and I don't think it'll actually be that rough, but should be a good each-way odds in the last. Race 5, number 5, Toorak Road. Race 5, number 5, Toorak Road. Well, that wraps up this edition of Top End Track Talk. Really looking forward to this meeting here on Saturday. 3 each-way betting affairs and competitive racing all round. We'll be back in advance of our next meeting, which will be the feature day, Australia Day, which is on a Tuesday this year, the 26th of January. And in the meantime, good luck and good punting.